Once upon a time, in a peaceful farm nestled amidst rolling hills and lush green meadows, there lived a mother duck. She was a kind and gentle creature, known for her nurturing nature and loving spirit. One sunny spring morning, she settled herself upon a clutch of eggs, patiently waiting for them to hatch. Days turned into weeks, and one by one, the eggs cracked open, revealing adorable, fluffy ducklings. The mother duck watched in delight as her little ones waddled and quacked, bringing joy to her heart. Each duckling had soft feathers, bright eyes, and beaks that chirped with excitement. But amidst the cheerful brood, there was one egg that stood out. It was larger and clumsier than the rest, and its shell seemed a little rougher. As the mother duck lovingly tended to her brood, she could feel something different about this particular egg. She knew that when it hatched, her life would change forever. And finally, the day arrived. The last egg cracked open, and out tumbled a duckling unlike any the mother duck had seen before. He was awkward and ungainly, with oversized feet and a long, slender neck. His feathers were a plain shade of gray, lacking the vibrant colors that adorned his siblings. The mother duck was taken aback by his appearance, but she embraced him with warmth and love, just as she had done with all her other ducklings. The other animals on the farm, however, did not share the mother duck's open-hearted acceptance. The geese, chickens, and even his own siblings stared at the new duckling in disbelief. They laughed and mocked him, calling him ugly, and turning their beaks away in disdain. The poor little duckling felt the sting of rejection and the weight of loneliness settle upon his fragile heart. Day after day, he would wander off by himself, searching for solace in distant corners of the farm. He longed for a place where he would be accepted, a place where he could truly belong. But no matter where he went, he was met with the same disdain and mockery from the other animals. As the seasons changed and the days grew colder, the duckling's world became a desolate and barren place. Winter arrived, casting a blanket of ice and snow over the farm. Food became scarce, and the poor little duckling struggled to find nourishment and warmth. He wondered if life would forever be a cold and lonely existence. Then, one day, as he wandered through the frozen landscape, he stumbled upon a shimmering pond. Its icy surface reflected the pale winter sky, and he noticed a group of graceful swans gliding across the water. Their majestic wings fluttered gracefully, and their long necks curved elegantly as they swam. The duckling's heart skipped a beat as he watched them in awe. But before he could approach them, he caught sight of his own reflection in the water. He saw his large feet, his gray feathers, and his long neck staring back at him. In that moment, he realized the truth. He was an ugly duckling, forever destined to be different from the beautiful swans he admired. A deep sense of sorrow settled within him, and with a heavy heart he flew away from the pond, believing he would never find the acceptance and love he so desperately sought. Days turned into weeks, and the duckling found himself in a quiet and desolate marsh. He survived the harsh winter, enduring hunger and solitude. But with the arrival of spring, a gentle warmth began to thaw the ice around his weary heart. The marsh bloomed with vibrant colors, and new life emerged all around him. Birds chirped joyfully, flowers swayed in the breeze, and a gentle hum of insects filled the air. The duckling watched in awe as nature transformed, reminding him that life had a way of renewing itself, of offering second chances. One sunny morning, as the duckling roamed the marsh, he heard a familiar sound. It was the soft sound of wings gliding through the air. Curiosity piqued, he turned his gaze skyward and gasped in astonishment. Descending from the heavens were a group of magnificent swans, their feathers glistening in the sunlight, the same swans he had seen in the pond during the winter. His heart filled with longing and a glimmer of hope as he watched them gracefully land on the water nearby. Summoning the last remnants of courage, he approached them timidly, half expecting to be shunned once again. To his amazement, the swans welcomed him with open wings. They recognized his kind heart, his resilience, and his unwavering spirit. They saw beyond his external appearance and embraced him as one of their own. The once ugly duckling stared at his reflection in the calm waters of the pond and discovered that he had transformed. No longer did he see a plain gray duckling, but a magnificent swan with shimmering white feathers and a grace that radiated from within. With his newfound family, the swan glided through the water, his heart brimming with joy and contentment. He no longer felt the sting of rejection or the ache of loneliness. The other farm animals, including his former tormentors, stood in awe of his transformation. They realized the error of their ways and felt deep remorse for their unkindness. From that day forward, they treated each other with kindness and respect, celebrating the beauty that lay within every creature. The once ugly duckling, now a majestic swan, lived a life of happiness and fulfillment. He embraced his true identity, spreading his wings and soaring through the sky with confidence. He became a symbol of hope and inspiration, reminding all who encountered him that beauty was not defined by appearances alone, but by the goodness and love that resided within. And so, the story of the ugly duckling serves as a timeless tale, reminding us that no matter how different or out of place we may feel, we all possess a unique beauty waiting to be discovered. It teaches us to embrace our true selves, to have faith in our own journey, and to recognize the beauty and worth in others. Just as the ugly duckling found his place among the swans, so too can we find our place in the world, surrounded by love, acceptance, and the beauty that resides within each of us.